Hey guys, thanks for joining this unorthodox video that I'm going to be doing here on the U.S. dollar index. I don't typically do YouTube videos on things like this, and here recently I have been in the in the mode of taking a look at other financial assets outside of cryptocurrency. And so this is really for those that are looking to diversify and taking a look at other things other than Bitcoin, other than cryptocurrency. So just a big disclaimer there. This is a lot different than a lot of my other videos that I typically do. I will not do these videos often, and this is something that I do share inside of the Discord in our hidden area in the Discord that's for some of our insured members. But occasionally I'll see some things that that do concern me, that make me think that it could be related to cryptocurrency in some way, shape, or form. And so what I want to do is I want to take a look at this index and see how this may translate to a bullish case for Bitcoin. Okay, so again, what I'm going to be sharing here, of course, isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm here just to give my opinion. This is just for educational purposes only. And what I'm going to show you again is a high level point of view. And inside the hidden Discord, we have a more of a drawn out, dug into version of this, which which is drawn out. But what I do want to share here is this chart. What I want to take a look at here is from the all-time high when this index was first initially introduced. We had a high at about 130. The index and the US dollar index is basically an index of the US dollar compared to a number of other global currencies. And of course, there are ebbs and there are flows, and then you can dig a pretty good count out of this. I've dug a pretty good count from this trough down here at our wave 3. You can call this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can call it A, B, C, D, E. One way or another, we're working on a 5-wave structure, and the bull case for Bitcoin. Bull case for Bitcoin would be that the US dollar index is going to be collapsing. A lot of people will tell you, and they will say, okay, so if Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million, that means that the US dollar is going to be worth crap. Okay, well, yeah. There's a couple things that are true with that statement. Okay, so let's take a look at the bull run of 2017 right now. Okay, so the bull run of 2017, let's take a look at the top of this, January of 2017, all the way down to January of 2018. That is very interesting, is it not? That the US dollar index was being devalued against other global currencies while the bull run in Bitcoin was taking fold. That seems pretty interesting, right? You've got basically the 2014-2015 bear market where the US dollar index was rising, but Bitcoin's price was not really being devalued. It was consolidating. So this was basically our long strung out trough on our bear market in Bitcoin before things finally started to move to the upside. Okay, and now we have our current bear market, which we are currently in and currently working through, even though we had a decent run this year. Okay, so look at this. We've got, basically a pull down, or really an appreciation of the US dollar against other global currencies, while Bitcoin is also going on a little bit of a run. So these are very correlated at the moment. Back when this was very uncorrelated, they were very opposite of each other in the Bitcoin bull run. But now the US dollar is appreciating in value, Bitcoin was appreciating in value, and so now what I'm expecting to happen is a sharp decline in the US dollar index. Invalidation is going to be basically above this trend line here. Right now our current pivot point is going to be at about 99 or so, 99 on the index. So if we pop above this, of course, that means that the US dollar is getting stronger. Naturally, what that's going to do is that's going to pull Bitcoin up as well and in price. As long as people aren't going to be selling Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin should appreciate as the US dollar is appreciating against other global currencies. If the US dollar index is going to collapse again, and when I say collapse, I don't really mean like, collapse and be worthless, right? Because there will probably never in our lifetime will be a case where the U.S. dollar is going to be completely worthless compared to other assets. Now, I can definitely see the US dollar losing value against other not digital, other global assets, especially the Chinese currencies or Japanese currencies, even British currencies, even though I think the GBP is probably going to be very devalued over time as well. I don't have a whole lot of faith in that currency. But Asian currencies I do hold a lot of faith in. But nonetheless, what I'm seeing right here is I'm seeing basically a pivot, another pivot starting to be created. We do have a little bit of a trend line here, which we are bouncing off of, so we need to keep an eye on that. But this definitely does look a little bit like it's expanding, and maybe we're going to make another push for up here at this level, which is just slightly over 100. But I tend to believe that we're going to break down below this, and then we're going to continue a downtrend, which could be, fuel, not the catalyst, but fuel for a continued uptrend in Bitcoin. The algo target for this, basically based off of the top here and the bottom, and then our pivot up here, our next dominant pivot, is going to be down here at about 66. 66, 65, somewhere in this range. And we didn't quite hit that algo target down here, and now we're sitting here at the 50%, which was right here at 103. We're sitting right here. We got a rejection there, which tells me that this algo from this dominant pivot high at the very beginning, the opening of the index, to this dominant pivot low down here, it's still in effect significant selling pressure on the index here at the 50% retrace. And so now we're basically creating some more waves here. I do believe that we are probably going to come down to 66, maybe even a little bit lower. Our target's going to be down here, which means that the US dollar versus global currencies is going to be devalued pretty significantly from where it is, about 30 to 40%. That's significant devaluation against other global currencies. And as cryptocurrency becomes more and more mainstream, I'm not going to use the term adoption right now, but as it becomes more and more involved in global banking, I do think that this is also going to fuel some of the devaluation of the US dollar. I'm going to make one more statement here that, the people that talk about Bitcoin going to $2 million, and then the other people like, like Schiff or people like that are saying that, that basically would mean that the US dollar would be worth nothing. I do think that there is a happy medium between the two. I do think it's fine for the US dollar to devalue. I think it's fine for Bitcoin to go up, but at the same time, the US dollar isn't going to go to zero, and Bitcoin isn't going to $1 million. There's going to be some happy medium in there, and likely the US dollar will get devalued, likely Bitcoin will appreciate in value. I am one of the people that actually believes that Bitcoin is going to be a thing of the past in about 10 years or so. I think that, with the reward halving and things like that, it's going to be less and less of a reward for people to mine Bitcoin, which is going to have an extreme detriment on the network, on the Bitcoin network. I also think that there will be a point where Bitcoin just can't go up anymore, and it's not going to just continue going up. Let's just face it. If you saw an asset that was worth $1.2 million, would you buy it? Would you buy any? Would you buy one Satoshi? That's a good question. Would you even invest that amount of money into something that's already worth over $1 million? I don't think that that is going to happen. I think that Bitcoin may go up to $75,000, $100,000 if we get into a bull run at all. People keep talking about the halving that we're getting ready to go through this year, and how that could make an effect on Bitcoin. I think this halving is probably going to be the last bullish effect on Bitcoin that we'll probably see. Again, this all remains to be seen, but what this video I wanted to focus on was the potential for the US dollar index having an effect on Bitcoin, and how a potential devaluation of the US dollar could start a bull run in Bitcoin. And again, being careful, because this next bull run, if it is going to be a bull run, is probably going to be one of the last bull runs that we see of this magnitude. I would expect it to be not as extreme as the last bull run, just as the last bull run was not as extreme as the bull run that preceded it. So just keeping an eye on this. And again, there is a more thought out analysis on the US dollar index that's in our hidden area in the Discord. So I do want to kind of put a plug out for that. And also, keeping a good eye on stocks and other Forex assets as well. I'll be starting to post a lot of that in the hidden Discord. But on the community Discord, which is always open to the public, I will always continue to be highly active in that. Um, in that area, to be talking about altcoins, to be talking about Bitcoin, anything crypto related is all out in the open there. And really inside the hidden Discord, I'm focusing a lot on a lot of the other assets that are very, very tradable. Again, stocks, indexes, ETFs, Forex, and all of that. Those are all analyzed in there. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy this unusual video that I decided to go ahead and do here on the U.S. dollar index. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to throw in a comment. Throw out a comment here if you want access to that community Discord. Again, that doesn't cost anything to join or anything like that, and we're highly active in there on a regular basis. So again, if this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share. I hope that this was helpful for you, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a great day, a great night, and a great evening.